Hi everyone, Cyber Monkey here. Today we're gonna go over OverTheWire's Bandits, levels 0 through 5. Now before we really dive in, I just want to give you a brief understanding of what OverTheWire's Bandit stage is really all about. So the description for Bandit states that these levels are designed for beginners, and it really strives to teach you the absolute basics that will be required in other capture the flag challenges. So without wasting much more of your time, let's jump over to Bandit level 0 and see what we got. Alright, so Bandit level 0, the description reads, the goal of this level is for you to log in to the game using SSH. The host to which you need to connect is bandit.labs.overthewire.org on port 2220. The username is Bandit0 and the password is Bandit0. Once logged in, go to the level 1 page to find out how to beat level 1. Commands you may need to solve this level, SSH, and it also lists a couple helpful reading material links. So one of the things I do want to mention before we get started, any resources that I use during any of these streams, I will be sure to add to the description for you to reference later. These are very beneficial. I really want to design a community that grows and builds upon each other. So we are really going to focus on helping one another in this channel. So let's get started. Excuse me. I was traveling in Boston over the weekend and I ended up getting a little bit sick. So hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. Alright, so we know that we have to log in using SSH. It pretty much gives you everything that you need. I am not a professional, I'm not an expert. I'm learning, probably much like all of you. But this is pretty self-explanatory, so let's give it a shot. So it said the username was Bandit0 at bandit.labs.overthewire.org. on port 2220. We forgot to enter in the 0 after Bandit. Let's go on and drop that in really quick. All right, we look good to go. Let's spin it up. Now it's asking for the password. Given in the description, we know the password is Bandit0. Bear in mind that as we enter this password, it's not going to actually be populated on the terminal. It won't show, but you still are properly inputting information, so just keep that in mind. Once the password's been entered, we go on and select enter. There we go. We are now logged in as Bandit0. So let's go jump over to the Bandit level 0 through 1. I'm probably going to stop saying Bandit because it's kind of getting annoying, so I'm just going to say the levels at this point. The description is given as the password for the next level is stored in a file called README located in the home directory. Use this password to log into Bandit 1 using SSH. Whenever you find a password for a level, use SSH on port 2220 to log into that level and continue the game. And then it lists a couple helpful commands that may or may not be used during the level. One thing I want to note is each time I complete a level, I will completely log out and then I will log back in. This will just be to populate the login information on the screen for any beginners that are chiming in and skipping to, trying to find the most helpful or beneficial piece of video. They can always find it and reference it at any time during the video. All right, so let's give it a shot. So the first command we want to run is ls. We want to list the directory contents. All right, so we can see that the README is in there. So let's go on and run cat and enter in the file name and hit enter. There we go. There is the password for level 1. So we're going to copy that. Like I said, we're going to sign out. Then we're going to log back in, but this time we are going to log in as Bandit1 as opposed to Bandit0. And then you're going to paste in that password that you got from the previous level. Remember, it's not going to show on the terminal when you input data. And we're in. So let's jump over to the level 1 to level 2 page and take a look at the description, which is given as the password for the next level is stored in a file called dash located in the home directory. It lists a couple helpful commands as well as gives some helpful reading material. Same thing, we can see that some of this is pretty easy. It's pretty standard stuff. You might have to jog your memory a little bit to pull up some of the classes or some of the stuff you learned along the way, but it teaches and it's incremental and it gets harder and harder as we go. So I think that's really beneficial for new users or returning users, amateurs, beginners, people who are just trying to learn. I think Bandit is perfect for that. It really teaches you how to think critically and how to solve problems in a variance of ways. So I think it's pretty cool. It's nice. I've done a couple others. Like I said, I'm new. I've done a couple others, and we'll dive more and more to them as I learn and as we learn together. We'll get more and more into it, and we'll just crawl through various hunts. So we are currently logged in as Bandit 1. Description we already read off, so let's go on and start off with an LS. All right, so we can see it there. So let's just enter cat and the file name and see what happens. All right, so control, let's cancel that. And then let's try cat and a period, a slash, and then the dash. And there we go. All right, so there's the password for level 2. Pretty cut and dry stuff. Let's go on and copy that, then log out. And then let's log in as Bandit 2. So not too hard so far. It does kind of force you to really think critically, and we're going to get more into that to where you're going to have to see me research things and kind of problem solve. And by then, hopefully, we have a pretty good community so we can all discuss and kind of go through it all together and work on these problems together. So let's go on and enter in the password for Bandit 2. And we are good to go. Let's jump over to the page, level 2 to level 3. And the description is given as the password for the next level was stored in a file called spaces in this file name located in the home directory. So give me just 1 second. And okay, so once again, it gives you a few helpful commands that you'll be able to use and gives one link for helpful reading material. This seems pretty easy. Apparently the file is going to be called spaces in the file name. Let's just go on and find out for ourselves. Let's see, ls, spaces in this file name. We see it's a file. So if we do it this way, which is going to fail. So this is going to fail, and you can see why here. Each word is picked up as an argument with cat. So it's attempting to read spaces file, the in file, the this file, and then the file name file. And that's because the file name itself has multiple words. So there's a couple different ways we can work with that. I'm going to show you the first way, which is you can just hit cat and you can put a slash after each word, excluding the final word, and you should get something like that. Ooh. What did I do wrong? Maybe I am not as smart as I thought. Let me see if I did that incorrectly. There we go. That's right. I apologize. So same exact rules. Enter in that slash, everything excluding the file name after each word, and hit enter. There you go. There's the password. Another little bit easier way, in my opinion, is to use your quotations around the file name itself. So spaces in this file name. Make sure it's in quotations, go on and hit enter. There you go. That is the password to move on to level 3. Let's go on and copy that. Log out. Log into 3. Go on and enter in that password. And let's jump over to the level 3 page. Descriptions given as the password for the next level is stored in a hidden file in the in here directory. Okay, so once again, still seems pretty easy. Let's kind of see where it gets us. I'm assuming it's going to get harder as we go. I guess we will see. So give me 1 second, everyone. All right, sorry about that. So let's jump over here. Okay, so we're already logged into Bandit level 3. We already read the description. It does list a few commands, but doesn't give any helpful references. So let's go on and start with a ls just to get an idea. So we can see that it lists a directory called in here. So we're going to use change directory, and we're going to enter in the directory we want to enter into. Good, we are in ls again for list. Nothing. So we're not seeing anything when we enter ls. So we're going to enter in ls. We're going to enter in ls with an argument of a, which is all. So it will list everything in the directory, including the hidden files themselves. There we go. We can see the dot hidden file. We can also see the dot and then the dot dot as well. So here we're going to focus on that dot hidden file. Looks interesting. So let's run a cat and enter in the file. There we go. There is the password for level 4. Go on and copy that. Let's go on and exit out of there and let's log into 4. So today we're only going to be doing 0 through 5. I did choose Bandit because it's for beginners. I have done it once or twice before, but I've forgotten it along the way. You have to constantly keep practicing these. So some of the little things I forgot, and I've also forgotten what the levels are like. So I'm kind of relearning it as I go. But the beneficial thing about doing Bandit as opposed to something a little bit more complex or higher difficulty level is I'm new to the streaming. So this allows me to kind of get a feel of my presentation. Maybe we can build up a couple followers and we can have some recommendations for how to improve. We'll see. Let's, for the time being, go on and enter in the password for Bandit 4. And we are in. Let's jump over to level 4 page. And the description is given as the password for the next level is stored in the only human readable file in the in here directory. Tip: if your terminal is messed up, try the reset command. Once again, it gives a few commands that you may or may not use. Let's list the contents. We got it in here. Let's go on and change the directory into in here. All right, so we have about 10 files. So let's think. How can we do this? Let's see, file. Let's try entering in file. Actually, let's look up file really quick. Let's find some arguments. So one of the things that I will add to the directory is this website, explainshell.com. I like it. It's beneficial. If I need to do some quick referencing, I know I can use the man pages, but I enjoy reading these as well. It's just a little bit easier to view. I do enjoy both, but just for ease of access and just easier on the eyes, I prefer jumping over here. You can do either or. You can simply jump over to the terminal and enter in. Let me actually open up another window. You can actually enter in man ls, which will list the manual for the command given. Or, like I said, you can enter in file here, hit enter. It gives the definition, determine the file type. You can select the link, and you are given a few different arguments that you can go through. So we are going to look through here and see if there's anything that might be good for us to use. So we're going to just kind of look through. So I don't think so. Let's give this a shot, okay? Let's go on and close this second one out. Okay, let's give this a shot. So file, boom. Remember what we have to do for special characters in front of the file name. So file 0 and asterisk for the wildcard. And let's see what that does. There we go. All right, so what we did is we wanted to find out the file type of all of the files within the in here directory. Like I said, there is 10, file 00 through file 09. We could have easily gone through each one, but it would have required more time. But that's not really the point here. The point here is to teach you how to use the terminal in your favor, not go through each one and create more problems along the way. So that's really what we will be learning with Bandit. So we can see here that 9 of the 10 files themselves are data, and there's only one really human readable file in here, which is file 07. So that's going to be our starting point. We don't know if it's going to be the password for sure, but at least it gives us a good starting point. It's the thing that really calls out to my eye the most. So let's see what that looks like. There we go. There is the password for 4, or excuse me, there is the password for 5. So let's go on and copy and paste that. Close out that session. Open a new one, and we are going to finish this stream up with Bandit 5 for today. Where's my beer? There we are. Ah, is that my beer? Is that my... okay. Sorry, had to grab a beer. Let's go ahead and copy and paste that, and we are in. All right, so let's jump over to the level 5 page. The description is given as the password for the next level is stored in a file somewhere under the in here directory and has all of the following properties. It's human readable. It's 1033 bytes in size. It's not executable, and it lists a couple commands you may need to solve this level. So I don't really recognize do or du for some reason. Let's look that up just so I have an idea. I'm pretty sure that the command is going to be find. Let's look it up. Estimate file space usage. I've never had to use this one before. That's good. Let's remember that one. But I think it's going to be find. So let's try find in here. I think it's size. Size. Let's look it up. Why waste time if we can just reference it? All right, so let's kind of comb through some of this. Executable. Okay, so that's a good one. Executable, we already knew that. All right, so okay, so C is for bytes. So 1033 C. All right, so let's give that a shot. See what that does. That was a little bit easier than I thought. I thought I was going to have to maybe look for the executable at the same time, but it looks like just searching by the size of the file itself might have worked. Let's find out. maybe here 07 slash dot file 2. There we go, and that is the password for level 6 to get to level 6. All right, guys, so like I said, I am going to share whatever links I use, which is most likely going to be OverTheWire, just so you can jump to it, as well as the Explain to Shell website that I gave you. This is my first time streaming. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. We're kind of working out the kinks here a little bit, and we're going to fine tune as we move forward, but just to get a generalized feeling and kind of a layout of what we're going to be doing. It's good that I kind of jumped in here. If we do build up some followers, great. If not, also great. Biggest thing is I just wanted to be able to share content and hopefully help others like myself. You know, there's some challenges when I was coming up in it, so I wanted to be able to help other people too, make it a little bit easier for everyone in general. That's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Honestly, I do. Go on and subscribe. I know there's not a lot of content now, but I promise you there will be, especially as we kind of get going. We're going to have a lot of content pushing out. Like I said, I just moved here to North Carolina a couple weeks ago. Been traveling a lot, so I really haven't had the opportunity to get situated here. Currently, I'm actually sitting at my island inside my kitchen, trying to make that work. But eventually, we're going to have a desk installed here, and maybe we can get some content going, yeah? So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching another Exploit Security feed.